At this time, I ask all of our guests to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our welcoming remarks will be performed today by Mina Durantes Robles.
Good evening, distinguished guests, proud families, dedicated faculty, and most importantly, the Glencliff High School class of 2024. I am Mina Durantes, the Student Government Association President. I would like to welcome you to this momentous occasion where we celebrate the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Tonight, we gather to honor our achievements, reflect on our journey, and look forward to the bright futures ahead. Graduates, today marks a significant milestone in our lives. We have navigated challenges and embraced opportunities. Our resilience and determination have brought us to this point, and I couldn't be prouder of your accomplishments. Tonight, let us celebrate not only the end of one journey, but the beginning of many new and exciting paths. Congratulations, class of 2024. Thank you.
And now we will hear from our salutatorian, Sofia Jimenez Arias.
A little lower. That's good. Good evening, all faculty, staff, family, and friends, and of course, our graduating students. My name is Sofia Jimenez Arias, and I'm grateful to have been given the opportunity of delivering the salutatorian speech for Glencliff's graduating class of 2024. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge that I am not up here due to my own strengths or achievements. The only reason I am standing here before you all and graduating alongside you is because of the perfect grace of God. Everything I've achieved, I owe it all to Him. In all honesty, it feels pretty odd to be here. We're dressed in elegance and gowns of honor and blessing because I believe our graduation is a blessing. Being able to say, I did it, is an honor that, believe it or not, many people don't get to have. And whether it's because of unfortunate circumstances, such as having to take the role of an adult at an early age, the loss of a life, an illness, or any other reason that prevents someone from seeing their education through to the end, many people don't get the opportunity that we have by being here today, and that in itself is something to be very proud of. I would like to say that we have all gotten to this point by learning, and since we were young, our education has taken the form of many things. I, for example, had to learn to watch while I walk by accidentally dropping our valedictorian's laptop one day as her charger got stuck on my foot as I got up. Other people may learn the value of friendship through a hardship involving them and the surrounding people, while others may learn a new trade from a class they take. But if there's one thing I feel a lot of people will fail to realize at some point in their lives, it would be the immense value that is held by our education, and in other words, the privilege of learning. I include my old self in this group of unfortunate people, or more specifically, my freshman self. This is because, in full transparency, I failed my world history and geography class during my freshman year. I had to retake it my sophomore year. I could easily, and I mean very easily, stand here and make the excuse that the only reason I failed was because we were in the middle of a pandemic. And the truth is, I wouldn't be wrong, because the pandemic made everything that much more difficult. But I know deep down that putting the blame on something I had no control over wasn't going to make things right. Because the only one I could blame was myself. That was the one thing I actually had control over. It was me who actively chose to slack off and not put in any effort. These choices were reflected in the way I got stuck in a freshman class as a sophomore, and they're still reflected even today. Every time I've taken a look at my transcript, there's a little R for repeat next to the course name in the grade 10 section. I say all this because it's the remembrance of these choices and the lessons I learned that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. And in the same manner, the lessons we've all learned since we were young, since kindergarten, are the ones we will continue carrying with us as we depart from this stage in our lives. During my freshman year, I disregarded the privilege I have of learning in this country, and through everything that came afterwards, such as moments of embarrassment, solitude, and perseverance, I learned the value of knowledge and thus the value of our education. Today, we get to walk across this stage because of the knowledge we have all acquired, and our presence in this ceremony is proof of all the lessons we kept within us. We've learned discipline, resilience, how to form friendships, how to show respect. We've even learned how to keep our phones away, at least some of us. In my case, I am here because I learned from my mistakes as a freshman, and I saw the negative effects that stemmed from those mistakes and changed the manner in which I walked this path towards graduation. And now I ask you, 2024 graduate, what is your reason for walking the stage? Whether it is to pursue a higher level education, begin a new career, to serve our nation, to bring honor to your family's name, or simply to continue finding yourself, I would like to leave you all with this message. Whatever it is you do upon the culmination of this ceremony, do it well, and do it while keeping in mind all the lessons you learned throughout your life, because it's these lessons that are sure to take you far. And to the many Hispanic families gathered here today who came to support your child, I would like to dedicate a portion of this speech to you all. Me gustaría dedicar una porción de este discurso a las familias hispanas que se encuentran en el día de hoy. El hecho de que su hija o hijo o familiar esté aquí es un enorme logro. Glencliff es una escuela que mayormente se constituye de estudiantes quienes se identifican como hispanos, y por esta razón han habido muchas especulaciones sobre la escuela, donde muchas personas piensan que Glencliff no es capaz de producir jóvenes disciplinados o centrados. Pero esta idea no podría estar más equivocada. Muchos de los estudiantes aquí hablan el español, lo cual también es una lección aprendida desde la niñez. Como hispanos, nos enfrentamos a diferentes tipos de retos durante el transcurso de nuestras vidas, y muchas veces nos podemos sentir menos que nuestras contrapartes americanas por causa de esos retos. Pero me gustaría decirles hoy, a los graduados y a las familias de ellos, que nuestra herencia e idioma es una bendición, y que el privilegio de poder estudiar aquí en los Estados Unidos es un gran honor. Nos hemos ganado este momento de reconocimiento y por eso hoy celebramos este logro. Y si se encuentra alguien en la audiencia quien nunca se ha graduado, me gustaría decirle a usted que hoy su hija o hijo o familiar le está representando, no solo a usted, sino también a su país de origen al momento de caminar el escenario. Y esto incluye a mi hermano Eddie. Yo sé que en el momento perfecto de Dios, tú también podrás caminar con tu propia toga. As I close and pass the mic to our valedictorian, I would like to take a brief moment to give thanks. To my teachers for their efforts and endless support, to my friends for the moments we were able to share together, to my family for the guidance they provided, and to the audience for making this moment possible. None of us graduates would be here without you all. I'm grateful for all the wonderful moments I was able to have here at Glencliff these past 4 years, and I pray that each of us will continue learning in order to become the best possible versions of ourselves. Thank you.
I would now like to welcome for our valedictorian address, Yin Lee.
Good evening, administrators, faculty and staff, parents, honor guests, and regular guests. And of course, the main star of today's event, the graduating class of 2024. I am greatly honored to stand here today and privileged to give this speech in front of my fellow classmates as the valedictorian. However, I want to emphasize that this dream cannot become reality without the tremendous support from faculty members, the unconditional love from my family, and the incessant encouragement from my friends. And for that, I want to say thank you to all. If you think about it, our journey here is like a fever dream. From the never-ending spring break in our 8th grade year to joining teams in the middle of our sleep, and finally locking up our phone in the 10 inches pouch in our senior year. Every moment is the ultimate character development test for each of us. And being the true main character we are, all of us come and dress in Harry Potter-like gowns with the one of a kind cap, signifying the remarkable achievement from our 12 years of hard work, dedication, and sacrifices. Gathering here today is not an easy task. It is as hard trying to go to school on time when senioritis has painfully consumed our last bit of motivation. But we fought it. We are here today, and that is the legendary success we should all celebrate. As we are about to embark on a new journey, let's have a moment of deep reflection about our educational career. But how far should we look back? Freshman year, middle school, or perhaps even elementary school? I, in particular, want to look back at the year of 2018, when we were still in middle school, because that was the year my family and I immigrated to the United States. My initial experience was encountering culture shock. Shock from seeing the contrast in education, living styles, people, and the most daunting aspect, the language. Arriving with limited grasp of English literacy and proficiency, I found myself struggling to comprehend class materials. I went from always being the top of my grades in Vietnam to building a collection of D's and F's on my report card here in the US. I wanted to give up. Funny enough, when I actually gave up, my grades did not change at all. The numbers stayed the same, if not worse. That was when a realization hit me. The number will only change when I put in the effort to improve my English literacy, and only I can make a difference in my life. Goal set. Beginning of virtual school, I was officially locked in my English language development classes. After a year of enduring lengthy English lecture videos, doing multiple practice writing, and reading books that would put me to sleep within seconds, I successfully passed my reader test beginning of sophomore year. Despite that achievement, I still feel anxious attending my English class now. Yes, you heard that right. Dr. Vargas, Ms. Aguilar, and Ms. Copes, your classes stress me out sometimes. But I have gained a crucial lesson from this experience: the importance of persistence instead of surrendering. In the near future, some of us will be in college, in the military, or even in the workplace. Whatever it is, there'll be no more yonder pouch, no more tardy roundup, and no more e-hall pass. How amazing is that? Anyways, but sure is, there'll be numerous obstacles waiting for us. For instance, I recently faced an unexpected situation when I accidentally spilled apple juice on our valedictorian's paper, prompting her to redo the assignments. Apologies, Sophia. Nevertheless, obstacles may also arise in more impactful ways, such as failing a major class, experiencing getting laid off as a job, or dealing with a profound grief. During such time, keep in mind that persistence is crucial for conquering life's most difficult barriers. We should all keep pushing forward, stay resilient, and never underestimate the power of persistence, because our determination will lead us to success no matter how steep the climb may seem. And for my family, especially my mom, who has sacrificed and supported her entire life for me to be here today, allow me to give this special message to her in our native language, Vietnamese. Con muốn dành thời gian này để bày tỏ lòng biết ơn sâu sắc nhất đối với tất cả những gì Mummy đã làm cho con. Mummy chính là người truyền cho con năng lượng, sức mạnh, trí tuệ để đạt được nhiều thành công như bây giờ. Tình yêu, sự ủng hộ và sự hy sinh của Mummy có ý nghĩa đối với con nhiều hơn từ ngữ có thể truyền tải. Cảm ơn Mummy vì đã luôn bên cạnh, dẫn dắt, chỉ bảo con. Cảm ơn Mummy đã luôn tha thứ lúc con không nghe lời. Cảm ơn Mummy vì đã luôn cố gắng và nỗ lực để con có thể tập trung học hành. Cảm ơn Mummy vì đã luôn cận kề bên con những lúc con bệnh, lúc con mệt mỏi mà chăm sóc tận tình. Con luôn cảm thấy tự hào và may mắn vì con đã được làm con của Mummy. In closing, I want to thank each and every one of you for making this past few years truly unforgettable. As we say goodbye to take off on a new journey ahead, I want to leave us with a quote from Winston Churchill, reminding us that success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Congratulations, Class of 2024. May our paths be filled with boundless opportunity and endless success. Thank you.
Before I begin, I have a few awards I'd like to give out. It's become a tradition that I give out a Principal's Award at graduation. So the Principal's Award really is the embodiment and spirit of Glencliff High School. Students that have come to school and given above and beyond in many different ways. This year, our first award goes to Marjorie Alvarado. The second award goes to somebody that inspires me. When we did a teacher versus student dress day, he was the reason I dressed the way I did. So the second Principal's Award goes to Caleb Eubanks. So every morning, many of you heard these words spoken, that our vision for each of you every day was to provide a better tomorrow than today by ensuring every student is known. My hope is that you felt during your time at Glencliff that you were seen, that you were heard, and that you were known. Our faculty works tirelessly, our staff works tirelessly to bring that vision to life each and every day. For graduation, there's a lot of emotions. Many of you are experiencing joy at what you've accomplished. Many of you might be feeling some fear about the unknown and what's to come. And mixed in that, we have sadness. Sadness at empty chairs out there for Alex and Jesus, those that should be with us today, but unfortunately are not. And sometimes it's hard to understand, how can we have joy and sadness? But that's how we were created. So as you're celebrating, celebrate yourself, but we're also celebrating those sitting beside you, behind you, and those that are not with us today. Didn't want to really give a speech, but I want to give a few things that my grandmother taught me. She was the wisest woman I know and knew. She passed away on Christmas Day about 12 years ago. But she always told me 5 different things. Be kind. Be kind to everyone. You never know when that person beside you is going to pop back up in your life, and they're going to remember how you treated them. Be understanding. You can't always put yourself in others' shoes, but do your best to understand that not everybody has had the same path, same journey as you. Be receptive. Take feedback. Grow. Learn. Just because you have a diploma today does not mean you stop learning and growing. It's the start of adulthood, moving forward, but we continue to learn and to grow. Be respectful of all. Doesn't matter where they come from. Diversity is our strength. You all have gone to school with the most diverse group of students in the state of Tennessee. Be respectful of diversity of others, the challenges of others. And last, she always said, be courageous. Put yourself out there, take challenges, take risk, they can pay off. The other day I was reflecting. As we get older, we tend to reflect a little bit more. I was reflecting over my 13 years at Glencliff. and I realized you all started kindergarten the day I started as principal. It's been a journey for me those 13 years, just as it's been a journey for you. I'm proud of each of you. I look forward to seeing what you accomplish as you go about life. I look forward to seeing you come back to homecoming, coming home, seeing the accomplishments that you have in your life with your families and your loved ones. I'm going to end with how I end every morning announcement that I want each of you to always do, and that is make good choices. At this time, I would like to have our commencement address speaker, the Honorable Freddie O'Connell, the Mayor of the Metro Nashville in Davidson County. Honorable.
All right, good evening, Colts Nation. And thank you to Principal Wilson, Assistant Principal Andrews, all of the teachers, administrators, and staff who make this school go. Thank you for inviting me to join you here this evening. Tonight represents one of the biggest reasons they do this work, and I'm grateful. And to the Glencliff High School graduating class of 2024, it is my honor to offer you my congratulations on behalf of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, along with these 3 words: you did it. And I actually have 4 more. I'm proud of you. It wasn't easy. Nothing of value ever is. This group of seniors represents the last of our pandemic-era students in the city of Nashville. In 8th grade, you left on the longest spring break ever and came back about a year later to start your freshman year in March. You came of age during a time when you literally didn't have as much access to your friends and peers as others who came before and will come after. And I can't honestly imagine what it must have been like. I was raising 2 daughters myself, and I can only imagine being a teenager. But now you're here, together, in person, and you should be proud, and you should know that the leadership of the school and this city is proud of you too. Now, many of you had some help along the way, and I want to take a moment to recognize the shared journey. If you're related to one of our graduates as mother or father, grandparent or sibling, or just a caregiver or supporter, as we're recognizing the Glencliff High class of 2024, we'd like to recognize you too, because none of this is possible without you. Can we please have a round of applause for the parents and family members, friends and caregivers of our graduates? I know I had people helping me all along the way. Glencliff is a special place in the city of Nashville. It is one of 12 metro high schools that make up the academies. Students have a choice of different academies offering a practical, hands-on approach to learning. The academies empower students through career exposure so they can make timely, informed decisions and discover passions while earning early college credit and nationally recognized industry certifications. Glencliff was the first metro school to have a Best Buddies program, the first with a mariachi band and class. You've got a peace team and an anime club, and starting next fall, Colts will have access to the early college program. And we've got 2 students from Glencliff who are joining the Mayor's Youth Council this year. Glencliff is one of the most diverse high schools in the state of Tennessee, with students hailing from over 30 different countries and communicating in 25 different languages. More than half of Glencliff students are English language learners. And I want to say something about that, especially during an election year where there's a lot of discourse about immigration. Here in Nashville, diversity is our strength, and Nashville is and should be a welcoming and friendly city. You might be surprised to learn how global we have become. Nearly 1 in 7 Nashville residents was born outside the United States. About 1 of every 3 students in our Metro Nashville public schools is Hispanic or Latino. We have the nation's largest Kurdish population, and as recently as 2012, we had the fastest growing immigrant population of any American city. We now have 3 consulate offices in Nashville, having welcomed El Salvador and Guatemala this past year. And just in the mayor's office, we have 3 first-generation Americans working with me. Now, they know the challenges of being from 2 places, but also the rewards. They are connectors in their families, in their community, building bridges from one place to another. Being bicultural and bilingual are powerful things, especially in a demographically changing place like Nashville. And I am excited to see them work together to support our community. I know at Glencliff you will leverage this as a strength, and I invite you to make a difference in what happens next around here. In the meantime, I know we've got some work to do at the school you're about to graduate from. I was just on a tour of Glencliff High recently, and I know that it needs a facilities upgrade. We're going to make sure that's a top priority in an upcoming capital spending plan. In our first capital spending plan approved by the Metro Council in February, we're investing nearly $106 million in Metro Schools facilities, equipment, and maintenance, and that includes a new solar installation project at Glencliff High, which will be an investment and also a learning opportunity, and also one at MLK. And speaking of MLK, I've got a challenge for the seniors and the rising seniors in the room. 1 month ago, I was at Martin Luther King Jr. High School for the presentation of the Ann Dallas Dudley Award for them registering 100% of that school's eligible voters to vote. And tonight, I am challenging Glencliff to seek to earn that award next year. There's a reason. In the last 4 local elections, the voting rate for ages 18 to 24 was 4%, 13%, 9%, and 7%. That is not many young people in this city taking charge of their own future. Now, for those parents and grandparents in the room, ages 65 and older, the voting rate was 29%, 55%, 39%, and 43%. This is not very hard math. Some of us aren't voting. And if you want representation, if you want politicians to listen to your voice, you have to have the voice first and then to use it. I will tell you, I made a mistake when I was your age. I didn't register to vote. Don't repeat my mistake. It meant elected leaders when I was younger could safely ignore my opinions, preferences, and beliefs. Your vote matters, your engagement matters, it matters to this community, and it matters to me. So let this day be the beginning, not the end of your efforts. This city needs you. We need your voice. I encourage you to remain engaged. I have seen so many different recognitions that are a part of graduation today, the stoles and cords that are out there. There are so many of you graduating tonight who have done more than just study. Keep doing it. Because I am listening. Now, you've experienced a lot together, Colts. Use it as your fuel, your fire, the things you learned here. Not all of them will stay with you, but I hope many do. I hope they light a spark. I hope they inspire you to make a difference, not just in what you learn going forward, what you work on, but in your community, because you can. I'm committed to making sure that our administration takes full advantage of the opportunities we have to engage youth voices. We have hired Dr. Watisha Lawless Mitchell as our Director of Children and Youth Initiatives. But conversation is a two-way street, and that means all of us need to do our part, whether it's here or somewhere else. Get involved in the community conversation. Get involved with your neighborhood association. Get to know your school board member, your council member. Get into the habit of calling people in instead of calling them out. And yes, get registered to vote if you haven't already, and then go do it. Now, we have a big election this year, but I'm not talking about the presidential election. For any of you who have ever taken the city bus into school or ridden your bike or used a sidewalk to get to Glencliff or anywhere else in the community, you'll be able to vote this November on making it easier to move around the city. That's a local issue. And again, it's one where your voice matters, maybe more than anyone else's, because I hear from young people all the time that wish the city were more accessible to them. Now, each of you has a different story and took a different path to get here. We've already heard 2 incredible stories tonight. Whichever way you came, you're now a high school graduate. I think you will remember this evening and everything that led up to it the next time that someone talks to you about opportunity. And I encourage you to keep pushing yourself because the best is yet to come. My advice is simple. Recognize that opportunity is a door and education is a key. You're getting a new one tonight. It's your diploma, and it's up to you to how you use it. You arrived with questions at Glencliff. You're leaving with options and credentials. I hope going forward you'll consider staying in Nashville because, as I said, we need you. Whatever support we have provided to you through public education, you're worth every moment, every penny of that investment. Best of luck to you on your next steps, and congratulations to each of you, the 2024 graduates of Glencliff High, for testing yourselves and stepping up to the challenge.
School board member Player, the records of these students have been duly examined and found to be in accordance with the laws of the great state of Tennessee and the policies of the Metropolitan Nashville Public School System. I am proud to recommend the class of 2024 of Glencliff High School for graduation. I certify that each graduate has completed all the requirements necessary to receive a high school diploma with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges bestowed upon each graduate. Board member Player.
Good evening, Glencliff. I am so proud of you, and this is my honor to make your diplomas legal. On behalf of Metropolitan Nashville School Board and Board of Education, it is my honor to certify this graduation process and the awarding of high school diplomas to the 2024 graduates of Glencliff High School. I further attest the students receiving these diplomas today have met or exceeded all graduation requirements mandated by Metro Nashville Public Schools and the State of Tennessee Department of Education. The Board of Education congratulates the students and their family members. It has been an honor to have you in our schools, and we wish you the best in your future endeavors. Congratulations.
We will now begin what everybody's been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas.
Presenting the graduates of the Academy of Health and Hospitality. Rakia Yusuf Abdi. Miriam Al-Sadi. Layla Al-Sahaf. Enan Mariela Alvarado. Zayda Amir. Chris Mauricio Arauz Duarte. Fatima Abdulhamid Asaf. Daisy Avelino Hernandez. Daisy Batres. Amin Bare. Darren Alexander Brown, Jr. Jaden Christopher Burris. Hyvie Vanessa Marisa Cajuec Cortez. Annie Caroline Karina Calo Hernandez. Marco Emiliani Cantarero Perdomo. Yasmin Castillo. Betsheda Catalan Calderon. Diana Cucuyo. Kevin Coley Sandria. Miranda Davila Diaz. Mayra Lisette Diaz Escobar. Summery Janae Dotson. Brian Espinoza Camacho. Julissa Estrada Rivas. KJ Evans. Estevan Isa Faltas. Alicia Solis Farias. Alexander Lloyd Finley. Mari Angela Flores. Leslie Garcia Garcia. Allison Esmeralda Garcia Herrera. Nancy Lisette Gonzalez Maldonado. Jeremy Alexander Ruiz. Crystal Rose Akasha Hamill. Talasia Adriana Hayden. Joaquin Hernandez Bonola. Hillary Hernandez Perez. Sofia Vianney Jimenez Arias. Arceli Jimenez Vidal. Giselle Tequila Johnson. John Tricia Valentine Jordan. Emmanuel Kenyawa. Molly Coco. Brooklyn Michelle Langford. Tong Lian. Lindicia Locke. Lindicia Locke. Karen Lopez Hernandez. Nyop Ing Lee. Leslie Larissa Martinez Castro. Ibrahim Masta. Sabas Naum Melgar Rodriguez. Lily Andrea Meza Lopez. Visanti LaVeya Mitchell. Jalen Josue Mooneyhan. Jamarian Rashid Moore. Yaretsi Samantha Morgado. Kaylin Daniela Munoz Guzman. Brandon Lennon Navarro. Latrell Jeremiah Romeo Nottage. Khalid Mohammed Osman. Hing Pai. Jeremy Cortavius Polk. Maya Portillo. Eliana Rayo Catalan. German Adonilson Roque Cruz. David Alexander Sanchez Sosa. Aaron Maurice Smith Jr. Romania Angelina Soak. Xavier Rayneel Taylor. Jocelyn Angelica Teletor Tina. Sebastian Richard Robert Thomas. Jessica Yaneth To Mendoza. Saul Alexander Valdez Velasquez. Cesar David Vallecillo Rosales. Sherlyn Vargas Sanchez. Marilyn Josiela Velasquez Lopez. Stephanie Jarretzi Velasquez Torres. Jenny Marufo.
It is my honor and privilege to present to you the graduates from the Academy of Agriculture, Automotive, and Technology. Bethsabel Agua Deza. Byron Eliu Aguilar Amaya. Siriaco Baldemar Ahualip Teletor. Brian Jared Alfaro Paz. Angel Gabriel Alvarado Espinosa. Ceci Giselle Alvarado Puerto. Barry Cordell Baker Jr. Elmer Giovanni Barrera Paz. Janet Lucia Frankie Boone. Reith Both. Allison Faye Brown. Angel David Canizales Zuniga. Yester Ociel Carlona Perdomo. Elazar Chun Lopez. Regina Cyprian Sente. Elmer Adonis Contreras Paz. Joseph Gabriel Montalban Cox. Jermeek Craner. Hunter Cummings. Isaiah Don. Mina Serai Dorantes Robles. Heliel Enriquez Perez. Harold Espinoza Lopez. Gustavo Estrada. Caleb G. Eubanks. Hervinsky Eugene. George Panel Gilmer IV. Jeffrey Giovanni Gutierrez Molina. Joel Colin Hansen. Eduard Isaid Hernandez Garcia. Evelyn Itzel Herrera Gonzalez. Noam Cian Huay. Anderson Juarez. Receiving a posthumous diploma on behalf of Alexander Laura Delgado are his mother and brother. Jonathan Lopez Nicolas. Osvaldo Lopez Hinojosa. Aaron Lopez Morrow. Micaiah Lucas. Receiving a posthumous diploma on behalf of Jesus Daniel Martinez Garcia are his mother and father. Jocelyn Martinez. Suran Fahir Mohammed Amin. Jennifer Morelos Nepomuceno. Rinziki Mukandama. Berancier Murieta. Sandra Nolasco Rivera. Jose Luis Pablo. Brandon Manuel. Brian Enrique Pangan de la Rosa. Delinger Yair Pineda Jimenez. Kiva Lee Pinkerton. Jarvin Polanco Alvarado. Juan Joel Posadas Zepeda. Luis Brian Primero Matus. Roberto Guadalupe Ramos Rodriguez. Deron Alberto Reyes Zepeda. Alma Denise Rios Gonzalez. Christian Alejandro Rodriguez Manueles. Jose Hernan Rodriguez Vasquez. Julio Wilfredo Sagastume. Jared L. Santos. Lisbeth Daniela Sierra Banegas. Claire So. Teron Anthony Strickland. Giovanni Torres Jimenez. Gretchen Rodriguez. Edgar Jr. Vasquez. Gaudi Fabiola Yashcal Beltran.
It is my distinct honor to present the graduates of the Ford Academy of Business and Innovation. Kimberly Crisella Aguilar Raimondo. Yai Lual Akan. Catherine Lizette Alaman Garmendia. Khaled Mahmoud Al-Hayek Khalil. Patricia Alonso. Marjorie Yaeli Alvarado Bustillo. Viviana Arcianega Lorenzo. Jocelyn Barrios Mormero. Anaya LaTrinity Britt. Dante DeAndre Campbell. Danya Paola Castanero Castor. Ovidio Armando Cho Tib. Gabrielle Gail Christopher. Cristobal Ciprian Sinte. An Wen Dang. Jacob Sherrod Day. Emmanuel De La Cruz. Travell Rashad Dotson. Deajon Dowell. Anaya Amani Eason. Renee Josue Frias. Roberto Garcia Torres. Michael Rigoberto Garcia Leos. Itzel Guadalupe Gonzalez Ramon. Darius Hernandez. Brianna Herrera. Houston Lee Hogan. Lesvia Esperanza Ichich Moran. Selvin Ixcoy Bats. Cassidy Jacob. David O'Neill Johnson. Fanu Linda. Jennifer Manzano Gomez. Oscar Maradiaga Garcia. Giancarlo Marquez Vargas. Marcel Jerome Martin. Brayson McClellan. Bill Mendoza Alvarado. Dr. Kadir Mohammed. Nancy Jolette Morelos Sixtos. Ludwig Said Oliva Chirinos. Lester Noel Ortega. Henry Francisco Padilla Diaz. Dylan Pineda. Brian Rivas Sanchez. Kadena Travian Roberts. Quentin David Robinson. Sophia Rodriguez. Helen Suri Rodriguez. Celestina Ruiz Alvarez. Alondra Salina Castillo. Sherilyn Alexandra Serrano Reynoso. LaQuinton Stefan Smith. Marquise Anthony Smith. Jonathan Edelson Sante Ixcoy. Shirley Rocio Sante Torres. Eric Thomason. Reese C. Underwood. Luis Bayosillo Sosa. Hector A. Vallata Jr. Jaden Sayasit. Jocelino Zacharias Marita. Aliyah Sarela Zeladon Arauz.
class of 2024, please rise. It is that time where you're no longer a student of Glencliff High School, but an alumni of Glencliff High School. And once a coat, always a coat. It is time to turn that tassel.